Your body transforms in just 6 movements at the age of 50, as demonstrated at 70. Richard Morgan made the decision to act today at 93. He has the vitality of a 40-year-old, all thanks to just 6 simple and effective exercises. The first one is the push-up strength and posture #do. When Richard Morgan decided to get back in shape, he quickly realized how much strength he had lost. Simple daily movements like carrying groceries, lifting objects, or even maintaining good posture had become difficult. He needed an exercise that would restore his upper body strength, and that's when push-ups came into play. Many people underestimate this exercise, thinking it's only for younger individuals or those who are already strong, but in reality, push-ups are one of the most effective movements for longevity, as they strengthen the chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Plus, they help maintain an upright posture and a firm body. The best part, you can start at your own pace and progress gradually. For beginners, a great option is to place your hands against a wall and perform the movement slowly. Over time, you can decrease the incline by using a table or bench, then move to the version with knees on the floor. And finally, the traditional push-up. The key is to respect your own pace and avoid rushing progress. However, a common mistake can compromise the benefits of the exercise. When you relax your core, your lower back will arch, increasing the chance of pain, while spreading your elbows too widely puts strain on your shoulders. Richard recognized this right away and made the required changes to guarantee his continuous improvement. But focusing solely on frontal body strength is insufficient. Without a well-balanced workout, posture problems and back pain may result. When Richard started posture and back strength training, he noticed that strengthening his arms and chest alone wasn't enough, and that his posture started to suffer without sufficient back training. Richard learned this the hard way, and the next exercise was crucial in resolving that issue. This exercise is essential if you have back pain or notice that your shoulders are curving forward. The row is one of the best exercises for balancing upper body muscles and building muscle in the biceps and back. Beyond appearances, having a strong back enhances endurance for daily tasks, lowers pain, and promotes far better posture. Richard began simply by using water bottles as weights, bending his knees slightly forward, and pulling the weights toward his belly while engaging his back muscles. Gradually, he increased the weight and improved his form to guarantee the greatest possible advantages without running the risk of getting hurt. Rounding the back when performing this exercise is a common error that can create discomfort and strain the lower back. The key to preventing this is to maintain a straight spine, engage your core, and pull the weights with control without using momentum. Richard saw a significant improvement in his routine after a few weeks of adding rows. He found that strengthening his core was crucial for stability and spinal protection, which is exactly what the next exercise provides. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a like. His back discomfort went away, and his posture became much more stable, but something still required care. Additionally, to help us reach more people, please subscribe to the channel. Following the development of upper body strength, spinal protection, and core strength, Richard Morgan discovered the dead bug, a straightforward but incredibly effective exercise, when he realized that he still needed a strong core to stabilize and protect his spine. Unlike traditional sit-ups, which can strain the lower back, the dead bug activates deep core muscles, providing efficient stabilization without pain. This movement enhances body control and aids in maintaining proper alignment. Richard began by going over the fundamentals. He began by slowly moving one arm and the other leg while keeping his lower back pressed against the floor, while lying on his back with his knees bent at a 90-degree angle. At first, it seemed simple, but as he gradually realized how difficult the exercise was for his muscles, he improved his technique, making the movements more controlled and observing notable gains in his stability and balance. Beginners frequently make the error of allowing their lower back to arch, which lessens the exercise's effectiveness. Both efficacy and potential unpleasantness. Maintaining a flat lower back against the floor and concentrating on moderate, precise movements are essential for comfort. In order to prevent this, following a couple weeks of dead bug practice while walking and performing daily tasks, Richard noted that his motions seemed more fluid and natural, and that he felt more steady. However, in order to keep improving, he wanted to increase his leg mobility and stability even more, which is where the following exercise with better posture comes in. Body control, stability, and a more robust core. Richard FAC, and the latest obstacle, he continued to experience some unsteadiness when walking and carrying out his regular activities. Richard added the hip adduction machine to his routine because he realized that climbing stairs, changing directions, and even standing for extended periods of time required more control than he had previously realized. Many people are unaware that the inner thigh muscles are essential for maintaining body stability. If these muscles are weak, the body loses firmness, increasing the risk of falls and knee and hip pain. He squeezed a cushion between his knees for a few seconds while seated in a chair. At first, the exercise seemed simple, but as his strength increased, he started using a resistance band to further challenge his inner thigh muscles. A common mistake with this exercise is to complete the movement too quickly, which lowers muscle activation and effectiveness. Richard discovered that walking slowly and feeling each muscle contraction made all the difference. After a few weeks, he noticed a significant improvement in his balance and stability, making simple tasks like getting out of a chair or putting on pants without assistance much easier. However, he still needed one final crucial exercise for strength and longevity to reach peak strength and guarantee lifetime independence, so he concentrated on that after strengthening his legs' core for circulation, balance, and leg strength as well as his posture. After standing for extended periods of time, Richard experienced mild leg pain and a feeling of unsteadiness when walking. This occurred because one of the key muscle groups for circulation and balance was still weak, and even though he already felt much more resilient and agile, something still bothered him. Few people are aware of the vital role calves play in maintaining bodily health. They are frequently referred to as the second heart because they aid in pumping blood from the legs back to the heart, preventing varicose veins from swelling and that heavy leg sensation. They are also essential for walking stability, which lowers the chance of tripping, falling, and even knee pain. To strengthen this area, Richard started by just holding onto a chair wall and gradually raising himself onto the balls of his feet before lowering himself back down with control and feeling each muscle contraction. Contrary to popular belief, the secret isn't doing a lot of repetition, but rather making slow, controlled movements over time as he improved his strength and balance. The results were remarkable. After a few weeks, Richard noticed that his legs felt lighter, firmer, and more resilient. His circulation improved significantly. The feeling of fatigue or swelling after long periods of standing disappeared, and his confidence increased when walking because he now felt much more stable and secure in his steps. Richard started pushing himself further by doing the exercise without support and, later on one leg at a time. This not only strengthened his calves even more, but also improved his stability and coordination. Richard found that by slightly altering his gait, he could further increase his mobility and general quality of life. However, in order to fully maximize his strength and guarantee total independence, he needed one final crucial exercise, which is what he concentrated on next. Richard Morgan had previously made great strides in improving his posture, strengthening his core, and improving his balance, the most crucial movement for longevity, but he still required more strength for everyday motions. Strong legs and solid joints are necessary for basic tasks like ascending stairs, stooping down to pick something up, or getting out of a chair without trouble. At that point, he learned that the squat is one of the most comprehensive and vital exercises for longevity. It strengthens the legs, glutes, and core, giving people of all ages greater independence and endurance for daily tasks. He should incorporate this exercise into his regimen. Richard began in an accessible manner by using a chair as a guide. He sat down and rose up gradually, making sure that his legs did all the effort rather than depending on momentum. With time, he advanced to squatting without assistance while maintaining good posture, and as his confidence increased, he added weights, making the exercise even more difficult. However, there is one mistake that many people make that can ruin their squat. If the knees move too far forward past the toes, it can put too much strain on the joints. After only a few weeks of practicing squats, Richard quickly discovered that keeping his chest up, knees aligned, and core engaged made the movement much safer and more effective. His legs got stronger, and he became much more confident in his daily movements. Getting out of a chair, going upstairs, and even carrying groceries became much easier. More importantly, Richard discovered that by slightly altering how he stood up and moved, he could improve his walking efficiency and overall mobility. Click here, and I'll see you soon.